to be honest with you. In the States, I mean, you know, personally, I've never been so caught up in current politics because of that. Like, I've always just had, it's so hard, even though there's candidates in there that I will vote for and, you know, that I believe actually could make a change, you know, for the better. It's so hard getting my head around just this massive influx of campaigning, just people selling themselves and trying to convince everyone that they're the person that everyone has to choose to make a difference in this whole world. It can be rather, you know, stifling and confusing and just all out annoying. Personally, I think Obama is a fantastic candidate. I mean, like, I feel like I'm pretty hard to convince. He's convinced me. I think out of the whole lot of them, he definitely has a fire in him that the rest of them don't have. I mean, he's someone that strikes me to be a person that, whether he's elected or not, whether he's getting pumped full of funds or not, he's still going to be fighting for a better society and a greater good. And that's how he convinced me, you know. So
he definitely seems like the one that is pushing for change right now. You know, he's got different ideas. He's not one of those old politicians, one of the good old boys who just like, they just stick up for their own, you know.
But at the same time, it's almost unrealistic to believe that any one person can appeal and please this mass society.
Well, half the time it's not even I'm the right person, it's you're the wrong person.
Yeah.
Well,
and
seriously, so like
that's a great argument. That's a great campaign.
So these political tours and rallies, you know, you're showing up and you do this big speech and it's supposed to be about the economy. It's supposed to be about gas prices. It's supposed to be about whatever couple topics. But, you know, half the time they're just sitting there defending themselves against, you know, this person said this about me and, you know, 10 years ago I was dating this girl and now it's a problem. And it's like, it's just like all this shit just that people just start losing track of what anybody's even talking about.
What the true issues are.
Because the issues just get lost.
Yeah. And I think I think that's part of the strategy in a lot of ways, because,
well, if you got this guy defending himself, then you don't have to like prove yourself, because he's proving that he's not a bad guy.
Yeah. I think it's unfair to the public. It's unfair to you know, the country and the true reason of even voting or having someone to lead your country. Yeah. You know, so, but that's politics. Yeah, it's a really cool film. It's a really just an independent film company called Pure Frustration Productions, and they've just done a couple surf movies, and they did a documentary called Between the Lines, and it basically just depicts the paths and the lives of these two individuals from the Vietnam era up to this point. One of the fellas put himself into the Army, went straight into the field, straight into combat, and just became just off the deep end an all-out killer, and did what he had to do to survive and to make it home, back to everything that he loved. And the other guy was the complete opposite, stereotypical hippie in those days who dodged the draft and ran away, went to Hawaii, started a farm, raised a family, was run down by feds, just constantly. Basically, both of them fought their own wars and fought this war, and the movie just shows how it affected their life and how their paths, how they were on parallels, though at the same time we're completely on opposite sides. I was, you know, lucky enough they asked me to write a song for them, and I ended up writing 3 songs that are going to be in the film. But yeah, it's good. They're putting out a book first, and all the proceeds are going to a veterans fund, and then after that they're going to be releasing a DVD. But it's a really moving story. It's a great film. You can find all the information all over the web. So.
They're like one of those bands, like, you keep traveling, you come back to Germany, and people are like, "Oh, have you met Muff Potter yet?" You're like, "No, what's Muff Potter? Who's that? Who's that guy?" You know?
Yeah.
And they're like, "No, it's this band. We think you're gonna be really good friends." And then you leave, and you come back, and somebody else says, "Hey, have you met Muff Potter yet?"
Yeah.
And you know, through the years, you keep hearing about it, and so by the time we actually met,
Yeah.
we already knew we were all gonna be friends, because you know.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's kind of the way it happens. That's how we met the Bouncing Souls too.
Yeah.
You know, like,
I think
you guys are gonna love each other once you meet.
I think bands and just people like that, it's kind of meant to be and bound to happen. It's just a matter of, you know, when you come together. But they've always, for Hot Water Music, have just always been a strong ally. You know, just some great friends, great band, and you know, I mean, we could play here tonight and we won't see them for 10 years and play another show and it'll be like just yesterday. You know,
Yeah.
we're just,
Cool.
we're all like that. So
Yeah.
it's good.